Good morning, fam. You may be wondering where I am. Well, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Palace channel. I'm AB. And if you're not new to the channel, then you know the deal. I'm actually at one of the cafes that is yet to come in this video. But because I liked the ambiance here, I chose to record the intro. So I'm in Beirut, Lebanon. And on today's episode, we are going to a whole bunch of cafes within Beirut. We're concentrating on four main areas: Badaro / Hamra, Jemaize, and Maram Khayil. And if you want to know where I am, well, stick around and you'll find out. So first on the list is Vanilla Bean. Vanilla Bean is a bakery. It's not much, it is a cafe at the end of the day, but it's more of a bakery. And we're gonna go there, snatch a quick breakfast, quick meal to eat, and then we'll head on to the cafes for the day. And I'm here today with the beautiful Sabine, drinking her Almaza beer. If you don't know Almaza, it's a Lebanese beer. Anyways, stick around because today's episode is a beautiful one and you don't want to miss it. Let's go.
Hi, this is Layla from Vanilla Bean Bakery. Vanilla Bean, it's a family business. It's an open space. We have an open kitchen. Everything you get, we make right in front of you. We have everything from sourdough to pastries, desserts, croissant, coffees, really good coffees, and sometimes we do seasonal things. We surprise you every once in a while. It's just really a nice, fun vibe. So we're waiting for you.
Just finished up a Vanilla Bean, and now we're headed to Edda Arabica for some coffee. So we went with two blends. The first one is the Colombian with hints of mango, papaya, kiwi, vanilla, and banana. That one was with the use of the pour-over method. And the second one is a cold brew. It's an Ethiopian blend. That one has notes of raspberry, blueberry, jasmine, and sea buckthorn.
Hi, this is Ghadir from Edda Arabica. Here we do specialty coffee. We have espresso, we have Colombia, sometimes we do India. And we also have a filtered coffee, so many options. Like we have Colombia, Ethiopia, Kenya. And also it's a concept space. We have right here, it's a sourdough place, and right here it's an Italian restaurant.
So here basically it's like a multi-concept shop. There's the restaurant next to them, that's an Italian restaurant. There's a sourdough place also that's next to them. Very community-based, very like just kind of like social aspect of it. So I went with the flight here. This one has an espresso-based drink, which is quite acidic. And the second one is a macchiato. So the milk-based one has chocolate notes. The concept of the whole shop, the lady told us, was a ancient house from the 1880s. And they preserved it. And the place where you see the roasting machine, that's actual decay on the walls. It's not wallpaper. It's not made to resemble that. It's actually the decay of the wall from time. And the tiles on the floor from one of the rooms, that terracotta, that's from also the 1800s. They done the essential maintenance for the space to be able to sustain the space, but each room has its own unique atmosphere and ambiance. They've just done the most that they can to preserve that very Lebanese architectural aesthetic of the place. She told us also there's an extension of the space that leads to another building, and the top floor, which was added later on, there's people renting out the space. So there's actual housing in the top floor. Right now we're here in the garden. The garden is very calm and serene. Another thing here, guys, is that the people are quite social. Lebanese people, like, if you don't know too many of them, they tend to be some of the most social people, some of the most hospitable people. They'll accommodate you by any means. They'll talk to you. They'll want you to know about the space. They're social to the max. It's like embedded into the community, into society here. But yeah, the garden here is super cozy. Like, you get a sensation that you don't even want to leave. It's just very nice, very well done. And now we're headed to Jemaize and Maram Khayil, where the cafes are mostly condensed there. And we'll end the day in Maram Khayil. So a bookstore here, guys. They not only sell books, but a couple of small accessory pieces like stamps. And you can look within the actual shop from here. A lot of architectural books, very in theme with the place. Super cool, man. I like when they add small like elements like those. It just extends on the cafe, the whole theme of the cafe. So we went with V60 pour over method. It's an Ethiopian blend here. They told us that this was actually one of the first cafes within the Jemaize area. Quite aesthetic. I really like the exposed stone wall. The pastel pink and the greens complement the space a lot. At the moment we're at the outside garden. It's like a small space, but it can accommodate, a couple of people. There's a couple of tables, benches and whatnot. And on the interior, it's cozy. I really like the floor tiles that they have. Like I said, it all complements each other, from the pastels to the exposed wall. So at the moment we're at a cafe called Bet. Bet in Arabic means house, and that's the concept of the space. So basically what the owner wanted to accomplish with this space was exactly that. Just wanted like a very homey like cafe where they collect antiques and they collect all these like ancient relics and whatnot, and they just like implement them within the space, from like the rugs to the tables. Like the tables within the shop, they're ancient seamstress tables, as an example. There's an old stamp machine. There's rugs on the wall, like hand sewn rugs. So stuff very ancient, kind of like a museum aspect of the space where they want to preserve that ancient Lebanese way, apothecary and all that that's associated with that whole, concept. And outside, it's like an oasis. I mean, up to now, you guys see the theme here. It's very Lebanese, very Levant-like, very Mediterranean. They just want to emphasize as much as they can on the climate, the history, a lot of history embedded into the space. And as you saw with Calais, which was an 1880 building, this one is probably the same. This one has maybe a bit more maintenance, a bit less of kind of like a free-for-all when it comes to the space. Because some of these spaces, they're deteriorated. They need that additional care to be able to sustain a business like a cafe as an example. But it's super cozy. At the end of the day, that's, they accomplish what they meant to. Yeah, like the garden, you can tell is very well maintained, very calm. I actually went away from coffee for this choice. I went with gin za'atar. Za'atar, it's like thyme. It's like a mixture that we have here that we put on bread. And if you haven't had it, you should. It's called manoushi za'atar. But they made a gin cocktail concoction of it, which is essentially like thyme-based. Just a bit of refreshment. It's like 27, 28. Today, sunny. All right, fam. Cheers. Oh, you can smell the thyme. You can tell that the thyme is fresh, for sure. Ooh, no, that slaps. That slaps. Yeah, I don't mess with gin like that, but yeah. No, that's the one. Yeah. I think there's gin, lemon, thyme, and some simple syrup. But top notch. Even the coasters are super dope, like very artsy. Yeah. Yeah, baby. This is my element, baby. No, your boy's liking these cafes, man. These cafes are very unique, very special. Each one of them has its own kind of vibe. The people are phenomenal. Like, once I do the recap at the end of the video, I'll expand on like what the day was. But honestly, guys, every cafe we went to, we spent maybe half an hour to an hour just talking to the people because they're quite social and they wanted to just like expand on, like, we talked about anything from like the local economy to, the local way of living, the social aspect of Lebanon and Beirut in particular. And it's just like, yeah, it's very communal here. There's a emphasis on a sense of community, which is essential for cafes. Like, at the end of the day, a cafe is community based. If you don't have that community base, I don't think your cafe can sustain itself. Simple as that. At least that's what I see. I wouldn't attend a cafe that doesn't have that much of an emphasis on the sense of community. That's me, though. You know what I mean? Because then it becomes superficial and unauthentic. You want people that are actually passionate about what they do. And you get a sensation of the passion and the network within these people. A lot of these people know each other. They've worked at this space. They've worked at that space. Like the person from Edda Arabica has worked at Bet before. So they know the people here. You know what I mean? I really like it. I'm going to sit down, enjoy this with the kuzo, and then we'll head on to the last location, which is Darash.
Welcome to Daraj. It's a new coffee shop in Maram Khail. We've been open for about 3 months. My friend is the owner. His name is Ray Awad. The whole theme about this place is a people-friendly place, a dog-friendly place. You can come enjoy a cup of coffee or like a wine drink. It's all about like joining with your family, with your friends, having a conversation, and just enjoying the place. So this place is a hidden gem. Not anyone can find it, and that's the beauty of it. So you can ask around. It's a word of mouth. People can come and like discover the place on their own or by like from a friend. Hope everyone will enjoy it. Come as soon as you can.
So at the moment we're at Daraj. I really like the space, the ambiance. What's dope about it is that you descend a set of stairs and you feel like you're not in the city center. There's not that hustle and bustle that you'd come accustomed to when it comes to Beirut. It's kind of more of a secluded space, secluded cafe, low music to set the ambiance. And we went with something a bit more refreshing this time. I went with affogato. The ice cream has melted by now. Very good. I mean, small elements here, the aesthetic just adds to the whole appeal of the cafe. All in all, the space is well executed. It's a new space. It's only 3 months old. Daraj means set of stairs in Arabic. We just stumbled upon an art exhibition space. Currently they have an exhibition going on for a Lebanese Syrian artist. His name is Siman Khawam, and it's called the Bird Sonnet exhibition. It's a very sweet concept. There's actually a tattoo artist up top. He has a small studio space. Space here can accommodate a lot of people. They do exhibitions where they host a lot of people. They could do cocktails and whatnot. So sweet place. Jamaica is known for its art district anyways. Very beautiful gallery. Awesome space.
My name is Noor Saadeh. I'm 22 years old. I work in a gallery called the LT Gallery in Mar Mikhael, Beirut. And the LT Gallery is a big cultural space for emerging and renowned artists, strictly Lebanese, but we do have some international artists as well. We used to be a very small space. We used to exhibit only small format artworks, and then we moved here last June. And it's been kind of a big journey for everyone here, ups and downs, obviously. And basically, our gallery is not just an art gallery. We try to be as a community, let's say. It's a community, a little bit of a family of friends and just anyone who's interested in the arts. We have basically the main room here, and we have something inside called Backstage where we host workshops, and it's also always like a collective exhibition. We always have some things reminiscing of the exhibition that happened in the past. We also have the space in the back called Little, which is a small formats gallery, a reminder of where we started. Basically, all the artists that you have here, but small formats, original, and to anybody who wants to collect art or just wants to start their collection but is not able to pay a huge price. And this space is kind of dedicated for that. And it's a reminder as well that art is always so vibrant here, especially in Beirut. Everywhere you go, it's vibrant, it's alive.
Yeah.
In our own space,
Yeah.
also have like a corner.
Yeah.
Okay, and then another corner like this. You had a bar always as well. Come in when you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Wow.
So This is where it started like this, almost
Man,
like
I
this.
love the concept that you added that. It's like a sense of humbleness, but also a sense of attachment to the past. So, tattoo studio. All right, fam. This is a couple of days later. Let me not be stationary. Let me talk to you guys as I walk. So I wanted to do that recap for you guys of all the cafes that we went to within Beirut. So we went to 5 total cafes this time. So I just got carried away and extended my trip in Lebanon. It was only supposed to last 10 total days, and I ended up here for 3 weeks. That's what Lebanon does to you, man. So we'll do a small recap of those cafes, and I'll tell you which ones to me stood out the most. Because the architecture is so deep and so beautiful and so eccentric, 2 cafes accentuated that as best as they could. One of them was Calais. So Calais is a building from the 1880s, or a house, I should say. It used to be someone's house, and they made that into a cafe. So with Calais, they've maintained the exact layout that they always had within that house. They just only accentuated some of the aspects of the house, like the garden and then the wall decays in the room where they roast the beans. And because of that, they basically like exuded the Lebanon aesthetic as much as they could. It's a lot of high ceilings, a lot of airy rooms, a lot of archways, a lot of windows. And yeah, it just felt cozy. Same applies for bed. You had to actually go up a set of stairs, and all the way at the top, then you had like a couple of rooms and like almost like an oasis of a garden. It was beautiful, so serene, so calm, so quiet, and each room had its own ambiance. The antiques that they collected and they showcased within Bet was phenomenal. Honestly, just like if you want just a dose of what Lebanon used to be like, or what Lebanon can be, it would be those two. So between Calais and Bet. These two, they're very similar in what they wanted to accomplish, and I think they excelled at that, both of them. Another thing, guys, is that with Beirut, the people are some of the most accommodating people. They're some of the most hospitable people. They like to talk, they like to socialize. So this episode, recording it, took me almost like 7-8 hours because we spent almost an hour and a half in each one of those cafes, especially when talking to the staff. When we went to Edda Arabica, discussed with like 3 or 4 of the baristas, and then a couple of shop owners that own cafes and restaurants came in. And it was almost like a community, a network of people that were within the same space, whether it was cafe oriented or restaurant oriented. They all came, had discussions over a cup of coffee. We both met so many people within Erda Arabica that we spent so much time there. Same thing with Calais. When we went to Calais to just like extended on the theme of the cafe, exactly the same happened with Bet, and exactly the same happened with Daraj. Like almost all of the cafes that we went to, each one of them wanted to expand as much as they could, and they're just Lebanese people are social people at the end of the day. They like to socialize, they like to be out, they like to spend money, they like to have a good time, they like to eat out, they like to do all of that. So this is of no exception. These people, it's embedded within the society, it's embedded within the DNA of the people, and that's why this episode took me almost like 7-8 hours to record. Like, it was mental. Usually I spend maybe 2-3 hours on each episode. Anyways, back to the cafes. So Edda Arabica was just a cool vibe. It was a concept where they had like an Italian restaurant attached, a place that sold I think bread, like artisanal bread, and it was just a very artsy type of concoction within that whole space. Vanilla Bean, it was just a bakery, like a traditional bakery, croissants, pain au chocolat, and then I think they told us they'll do like seasonal pastries. I think the one that we had was a cinnamon focaccia, and I really liked it. Now, in terms of Sip was like, based on what they told us, it was the first cafe within the Gemaize area. Sip is cool, like exposed brick wall, bit more hipster, a bit more of what you would expect out of a cafe. The ambiance was calm, cool, collected. Would I choose sip over all the other ones? I don't know. The vibes at the other ones was a bit more amicable. It wasn't that sip was bad. It's just like what you would expect when you would see tourists. Like it's more of a touristy place. Not to say that there wasn't any locals, because there was. It's just a place where you would expect to see tourists. In terms of Daraj is the newest one. That one had been open for 3 months. Why I like the concept of Daraj is because you actually go down a set of stairs, and that's what the name means, stairs, and you end up at Daraj, which is a secluded cafe. And why I like that is because there's so much hustle and bustle within Beirut, so much noise, so much cars, horns, people, loudness, all of that. And at Daraj, there isn't any of that. You're kind of like tucked away, and it's a bit more of like a nonchalant vibe approach to a cafe. That one I liked. The people there were dope as well. A lot of places where you could be seated, whether you want to do inside. There's a small yard in the back, and also there's a front garden. So there's a bunch of places for Daraj to be seated. Didn't actually have coffee in each one of the places because I just wanted to try what they had that was different. In terms of the coffee execution, I wouldn't say anything like kind of like blew me away, but I really liked the gin za'atar that they had at Bet. I like that cocktail concoction that they made. You can actually really taste the thyme. In terms of coffee taste, I think Calais was probably the best one. Oh, Daraj was actually pretty good as well. My cousin had called us actually in the middle of us getting a coffee. She called us from Madrid, and I hadn't spoken to her in a while. So we were having a discussion on the phone for like almost an hour, and the ice cream had melted. But it became like a drink, like a shake with an espresso shot. All in all, man, Beirut, Lebanon as a whole, the people will attempt to accommodate you as best as they can. They're some of the most lovely people, most down-to-earth people. As an example, I had one of the places called Moons on the list. Shout out to Yara. When we passed by the shop, she was actually in the process of discussing some future renovations, and she was more than happy to like talk to us. We're having a discussion with her for like half an hour, just about like the whole cafe scene within Beirut and owning a business and all the neat stuff. That just comes to show you like there's also Jeanette across the street, which is a restaurant and slash cafe, but they had a showroom where they had a whole bunch of furniture displayed and stuff like that, and home decors. And then on our way out from Jemaise, I passed by an art gallery. I stumbled on it. I liked the look of it, and I like the exhibition that they had. And it was a Lebanese Syrian artist. And when I talked to the art associate there, she told me that they only showcase Lebanese artists, and the studio was actually mad dope. Like it could house a lot of people. They had a bar, and there was a tattoo shop that was on top of the bar, and kind of like a studio in the back. That's the thing, man. Like all these areas, I remember last time I came, they were very artsy, like Jemaise, Maram Khayil, Hamra. All of these places, they're just like vibrant. They're just full of life. Always something new comes up, bar or some cafe or some restaurants on the come up. And I love that. There's life. You feel me? And that's what makes places special. It's the people. It's the energy, the passion. Anyways, guys, this series, I'm kind of like a bit more freestyling it. I'm not planning. I want to be as spontaneous as I can be while doing some research, because I feel like that's the most authentic way to showcase that to you, the audience, and just to for you guys to get a sense of the places that I go to. So yeah, guys, I hope you found some neat cafes that you can add to your itinerary for Lebanon. And if you ever contemplated coming to Lebanon, don't hesitate. Put your ass on a plane, hop on the next one, come to Lebanon, and don't sweat what they say, because you'll have the time of your life. I tell you, I've been to so many countries in my lifetime, and there's actually no place like Lebanon. The combination of everything, that all the aspects of Lebanon, it can't be duplicated, it can't be matched. It's unlike any country that I've been to. So if you ever contemplated coming here, I would say please do add these to your list. So yeah, as always, I appreciate you for making it all the way to the end of the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all the neat stuff. I'm going to be doing a lot more fashion-oriented stuff, still implementing some of the coffee stuff. The coffee is an essential component of the channel, but it's not all the channel. I would say fashion is the leading way, lifestyle, travel, stuff like that. A lot of those videos are going to be coming up in the next couple of months, and I would appreciate if you guys would join us in this journey. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one. God bless.